This is how a finished fishnet stitch looks like. The ending procedure and the starting procedure for each row differs. So watch the video continuously without skipping for the perfect starting and the ending of the each row and the finishing of the last row. Now let's move on to the stitch. First, make a row of blanket stitch. For that, bring the needle out through A, pass it in through B and take it out through C. Bring the needle out through A, pass it in through B and take it out through C. Keep the thread above the needle to make a first blanket stitch. Continue this process to make a row. If you are new to DP Handicraft, don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell icon for the new video notification. Once you reach the right end of the blanket stitch, first row, pass the needle over the last blanket stitch through the point 1 to pin down the last blanket stitch. Out through the point to a point above the point 1. Stitch from right to left by passing the needle through the previous blanket stitch without plucking the fabric. Pass the needle, start working from right to left by passing the needle over the previous blanket stitch without plucking the fabric. Remember, don't pluck the fabric. Pass the needle under the previous stitch and keep the thread under the needle. Pull out the thread to make a knot at middle of this previous stitch. Continue the procedure. Pass the needle under the previous stitch and keep the thread below the needle. Pull out the needle to get a loop at previous stitch, middle of the previous stitch. Once you reach the left end, pass the needle in through the point 3, the same stitch line as 2, to pin down the second row of blanket stitch. Now bring the needle out through the point 4, a point above the point 3. Now start working here another row of blanket stitch from left to right with the under the previous stitch without plucking the fabric. Keep remember the loop should lie in the middle of the previous stitch. Pass the needle under the previous stitch. Keep the thread below the needle. Pull out the needle. To make a loop at this point. It will look ugly at this stage, but believe me, once you finish this stitch, it will look wonderful. Pin down the third row, pass the needle in through 5. Take the needle in through the point 6 and start working a row of blanket stitch from right to left. Through the point 7 to pin down this row. To finish here, last row of blanket stitch, pass the needle under the previous stitch and check how long it will expand. Will expand up to this and mark a point A little bit above from this point and bring the needle out to the point 8. If you want, you can draw a line over here. Now pass the needle in through the fabric and take it out in the line by keeping the thread above the needle. This blanket stitch should pin down the previous stitch. Pass the needle under the previous row, extend it and pass the needle through the fabric take it out vertically in the stitch line. Pass the needle over the last blanket stitch to pin it down.